How would you like to live without a medicine that could cure you when you are sick? Or a medicine that you take all the time that seems to never work? According to ScienceDirect.com, Saudi Journal of Biological Sciences, Volume 21, Issue 4, on September 2014, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin. A now popular medicine, penicillin, has changed and saved the lives of many people that have used it. Whether Alexander Fleming realized it or not, he discovered one of the greatest discoveries in the medical field. By the end of my speech, I hope to inform you of the history and discovery of the medicine, the effects it had on people, and the importance of the medicine. Penicillin was a very important discovery that helped the people that used it. According to PBS.org, Dr. Howard Markel, September 27, 2013, Fleming was a bacteriologist. He was returning from a summer vacation in Scotland, and he noticed that his petri dishes at the hospital where he worked was contaminated with the mold called Penicillium notatum. He put the dishes under a microscope and noticed the mold prevented the growth of the bacteria Staphylococcus. This result led to the discovery of penicillin on September 28, 1928. Some of the first research of this medicine to see if it worked were tested on some mice. There were 8 mice that were infected with this deadly bacteria, and they gave only shots to 4 of them. The 4 that didn't get the shots died a painful death, and the 4 that got the shots lived. The discovery of penicillin was very important. Some people might even say that it was an accidental discovery by Fleming, but it was a big one, and it had many effects on people. According to botany.hawaii.edu, George Wong, 2003, Dr. Howard Florey, and Dr. Norman Heatley were 2 people that put some time into the discovery of penicillin. Although penicillin was discovered in 1928, it wasn't used much until the Second World War. Florey and Heatley flew to the United States and started making mass quantities of this medicine. This is where penicillin got the name called the Wonder Drug. In the war, it proved its strength. Throughout history, the major killer in wars is the infections. In World War I, the death rate for bacterial pneumonia was 18%. In World War II, the death rate fell to less than 1%. Since penicillin was such a key part of curing the wounded soldiers, they needed to make a lot of it. From January to May 1942, 400 million units of pure penicillin was manufactured. By the end of the war, American pharmaceutical companies were producing 65 billion units each month. When the pharmaceutical companies were producing these mass quantities, this is what the bottle looked like when they made them. Penicillin was also key to civilian life. 14 years later, after the discovery, in 1942, Ann Miller was the first civilian patient to be successfully treated with penicillin. She was lying near death in the New Haven Hospital in Connecticut after miscarrying and developing an infection that eventually led to blood poisoning. Not only does this medicine have effects on the world, it also had important impacts to the society. According to Revere.edu, Alexander Fleming's miraculous discovery of penicillin, Revere Academic Journal, Volume 3, Number 2, Fall 2007, there are 5 important impacts of the discovery of penicillin. The first impact is that now bacterial infections aren't as harmful. Penicillin forever altered the treatment of bacterial infections and was recognized as the most life-saving drug in the world. A second impact is that penicillin also used bacterial media because it inhabits unwanted microbes in bacterial cultures. The third impact of the discovery is that the discovery triggered the age of antibiotics. Further research on antibiotics by scientists around the world and advancements of medicine. For instance, penicillin brought about one of the greatest surge in medical history. People thought if there was one antibiotic, then there had to be more. Nonetheless, without the discovery of penicillin, many other antibiotics would have never been discovered. The fourth impact is a man-made negative impact. Misuse or overuse of penicillin results in microbial resistance. In other words, the germ has been taught to outsmart its killer. The fifth impact is the discovery saves the lives of millions of people worldwide, including the soldiers in World War II. Alexander Fleming's discovery initiated a large pharmaceutical industry in the middle of the 20th century. Penicillin conquers some of mankind's most ancient scourges, including tuberculosis. Penicillin is vital because every day it saves countless people from dying. Thus, Alexander Fleming's discovery of penicillin is an extremely important scientific historical discovery. This medicine has been a huge discovery to the world. The impacts and effects of this medicine for the people is just wonderful. This medicine has given scientists and doctors a new way to treat and test against life-threatening illnesses. We are grateful that Fleming took the time to study this medicine and figure out how powerful his medicine was. With all the things happening now, who knows, you may be the next person that is going to need it.